Hey guys, my name is Shrish. So this is Q&A episode number 5 if I'm not wrong. The last time we did this was a couple of months back, so I thought of doing it again, which is why I asked you guys to ask me questions on Twitter and on the YouTube community post that I had posted like a couple of days ago. So yeah, let's see what questions you all have got. Okay, so first one is your thoughts on iPhone SE 2020 as the only recording device for YouTube videos. I personally wouldn't really prefer that. If you talk about the phone itself, then the phone is great. But if I have a budget of 42,000 rupees, then I would any day get a DSLR or a used mirrorless camera instead of actually getting a smartphone, not just iPhone SE, but any smartphone in that case. Because the quality that you get with the DSLR, it's far more superior. The depth of field, the low light performance, it is just so much good with a DSLR or a mirrorless camera. So I wouldn't really get the iPhone SE just for recording videos. Next one is your thoughts on too many smartphones launching these days. So as an end consumer, I don't really like it. I find it like really confusing. But if I think about it from a brand's perspective, so it's totally understandable because brands like really want to acquire the most market share. So it's understandable, but I personally, as a consumer or even as a person who is getting started with tech reviews, I don't really like it. It's just so much confusing. So next question is from Anurag. By the way, if you guys don't know Anurag is like a really great content creator, underrated to a great extent. I'll make sure to drop his channel link in the description box below. He's like really close to reaching 1,000 subscribers, so be sure to subscribe to his channel. But anyways, coming to the question, what is your workflow for making videos? Okay, so first one obviously is deciding the video topic itself, which I find the most confusing and most difficult. After that comes a little bit of research when it comes to that video topic itself. Then comes scripting, then comes A rolls, then comes A roll editing, then comes B rolls. After that comes editing again, and after that comes color grading. After that comes uploading the video, then comes SEO, and then comes thumbnails as well. Actually, sometimes I generally do the thumbnails before the video itself, like before shooting the A roll. So it's sometimes it's scripting, thumbnails, A rolls, B rolls, editing, color grading. Yeah, sometimes. Okay, so next one is from Suraj. How would you describe your work? Personally, it's kind of weird to describe myself or my work. Because, not mainly because it's quite embarrassing, but mainly because I personally haven't yet created the video or the perfect video that I thought I should create. Or there are a lot of times when I have an entirely different image or a different video in my mind, but when I actually go on to create that video, it turns out entirely different, which is why I might not be the best person to describe my work at the moment. But yeah, if I have to talk about my intentions or my thought process behind making these videos, I would say I just want to make tech videos or tech reviews that will affect the buying decision of an end consumer. And I want these videos to look aesthetically good. Now, of course, I'm not really there yet or just yet, but I'm pretty hopeful that someday I might be able to say I am doing this instead of saying I want to do this. So yeah, that's there. After that, what things in life do you value the most? Firstly, if we talk about the material things, then it's practically everything. Like the books that I have, the lights which are lighting up my face, the camera which is shooting this video, my phone that I have right now, the mic, the computer behind me, everything. I value a lot of things that I personally have. But that's just about the material stuff. Apart from that, I actually value my relationship with my parents, with my friends, other fellow creators like you the most. I really value the relationship that I have with a lot of people. And apart from that, my goals and my ambitions. That's definitely that. Okay, so this question gets asked quite a lot. How do you lock focus while shooting with the Canon 1300D alone? Which lenses are you using? So when I'm shooting alone, I basically use the substitution technique. For example, if I have to focus, I'll tell you how I did manage focus for this particular video. So I get behind the camera, I place some sort of pillow or some sort of substitute for myself in this particular chair, and then I focus on that particular object. Like for shooting this video, I had placed a couple of pillows on this chair, and I focused on those pillows. Then I removed those pillows, and I was in focus, which is pretty obvious. And as for the lenses that I'm using, it's the Canon 50mm, which is shooting this video, and then there's the 18-55 kit lens that I got with the camera. Now next up, we have two controversial choices to make. First one is Oxygen OS or stock Android. At this moment, Oxygen OS, but just looking at the way OnePlus is kind of spoiling the Oxygen OS with Oxygen OS 11, I think I might go back to stock Android sometime later. And as for Ronaldo or Messi, see, I know it might sound a little bit cliche, but I do actually enjoy both of them because I, in my lifetime, haven't seen a more complete striker or a complete number 9 than Cristiano Ronaldo. I know some people might say there was Brazilian Ronaldo and all that kind of stuff, but see, doing all of this consistently for over a decade, it's impossible. And mainly because Ronaldo has been through a lot, he's worked like really hard. So yeah, I really admire Ronaldo, his hard work and the kind of player he has become. His mentality especially, I really admire Ronaldo. And as for Messi is just like, he's a total freak. Like the things that he does with the ball, like I haven't seen a lot of players do that. I mean, not even Ronaldo. I mean, no offense or anything, but yeah, the way the ball stays glued to his feet, the pace at which he dribbles, the dropping of his shoulders, and the overall simplicity. He makes the game look a lot more easy and a lot more enjoyable. And personally, now I don't really like comparing them because in the first place they are like totally different players. Ronaldo is a classic number 9 now, like right now. He's a striker, and Messi is like a playmaker who also scores a lot of goals. But yeah, when it comes to my personal choice, if I have to choose one, it's definitely Messi because, yeah, I mean, Messi is on another level when it comes to the overall magic that he creates on the pitch. But yeah, I do enjoy and admire Ronaldo as well, just like I said earlier on. Okay, so next one is from Harsh from Technolobe. By the way, big fan, sir, if you're watching this. So what's your content strategy like? Okay, so my content strategy it's pretty basic, it's pretty simple because I mostly cover phones, so there's not a lot of uniqueness in my content itself, which is why when I get the phone I plan out everything, like the camera review, the battery drain test and all that kind of stuff. So there's not a lot of planning involved within itself. As for the workflow, I already answered that with Anurag's question. But yeah, as for content, there's like nothing as special. Like it's just like I go through my existing videos and I eventually come up with new ideas. Okay, so next up is not a question. Again, it's not a question, but yeah, tell your viewers to watch anime or at least Naruto. Okay, so I've been doing YouTube for 3 years now, and you guys know that I'm not really that much big when it comes to numbers. But if you appreciate my work, if you appreciate the efforts that I'm putting into these videos, then one of the ways to support the channel is to watch anime or watch Naruto. And if you guys do that, that would mean a lot to me. Thank you. Okay, so next 2 questions are from Dhananjay and Robin. First one is Dhananjay, will you ever come back? And second one is from Robin, which says, how badly do you miss working with us? By the way, if you guys don't know, I was working with Dhananjay for some time, but of course there were like a lot of complications because I had to shift to an entirely different city, and there were a lot of complications. And as for the question, yes, I do really badly miss working with 3 of you. I mean, Dhananjay, Robin and Sujay. It was like really great. It was fun actually. It was actually quite a lot chill. Like I never really felt that I was working under someone or anything. So it was like a really beautiful experience working with you, and I really do miss it. I mean it. And as for will you ever come back? If there were no complications like we discussed, of course I would. Like why not? I mean, yeah. For now it's of course quite a lot difficult. But yeah, who knows? In future maybe once again. I don't know. Okay, so time for some YouTube questions. First one is, could you talk about your YouTube journey and how you got this far, and also how the fuck do you edit your cuts to be this good, bro? Okay, so first, thank you so much that you like my edits. As for my YouTube journey, well, it started 3 years back, I guess. And back then, I was doing YouTube just for fun. Like, I never really thought about this as a job, as a full-time thing, nothing like that. In fact, until 2019, I was like really casual when it comes to YouTube. But after 2019, I just, thought of it as a possible career option, and which is why I started doing it, a little bit more seriously. And personally, my channel, it's not really grown that much, so there's not a lot that needs to be spoken about with my journey. But yeah, hopefully when we reach, let's say 1 lakh or 2 lakh subscribers, I would actually describe my YouTube journey a lot more better. and hopefully that would be a lot more entertaining. Okay, why don't smartphone companies use last year's flagship chipsets in current mid-ranges? Now, honestly, I don't really have a concrete answer to this question, but my guess would be that Qualcomm actually stops the production for older CPUs after a while. So companies don't really have a lot of options when it comes to older CPUs, which is why they turn on to the newer generation CPUs. Because of course, Qualcomm also wants to sell its newer chipsets as well. Okay, have you got any review units from any brand? So if we talk about smartphones, then no, not yet. So far, I've only received skins and cases as review units for the channel, and yeah, that's about that. Okay, so next one, Realme UI, yeah, MIUI 12. So at this point, I would say it's probably Realme UI for me. MIUI of course looks good, but I feel that MIUI still is kind of a little bit heavy as compared to Realme UI. Realme UI comparatively थोड़ा बहुत light हो चुका है. So I think Realme UI at this point at least, मुझे personally Realme UI थोड़ा सा better लगता है. But of course MIUI भी कुछ बुरा नहीं है. Alright, so that's it for this video. If I haven't picked your question, don't worry, I'll get back to you manually. I'll be replying to your comment or replying to your tweet manually. But yeah, as for this Q&A episode, this was just it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.